Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about my primary Bitcoin scenario. In the previous video, we were discussing the worst possible scenario, and today I'm going to show you my main scenario that I'm looking into, and according to which I'm going to set my targets, where I'm going to load heavily on my spot buys, or where I'm going to change my plans in order of the invalidation of my expected scenarios. So to do that, I'm going to use the Bitstamp Bitcoin US dollar chart because it has the most history, trading history on Bitcoin, and I'm going to switch from the regular chart to the logarithmic one. They are both good and convenient for trading and drawing the trend lines like I do. I mostly trade according to the regular chart because all of them work. All of them have their you can build trend lines and other levels in both regular and logarithmic chart, but these trend lines are going to be different, and they both work only on different levels. So to show you this, I'm going to show you this three big cycles scenario we have here, and I built this already, drew this macro channel we are trading at from the 2013 till now. Looks like 10 years here. So this exactly this chart helped me to understand where is going to be our final top during the 2021. There were three main reasons why I was claiming that $60,000 area and above 65, 67, 69 is going to be the reversal point for us. For example, when everybody got bullish, technically got bullish on the $60,000 when we broke it again here. And it was logical because when you break such an important level here, as we were supposed to, when we broke it, it was clear that it has to pump heavily. There were three reasons why I wasn't bullish as everybody, but was following the market. First of all, after we broke this 60,000, we were not moving that fast. So the price was reluctant to go up significantly, but when we break such an important level, we actually usually do. Or at least we pumped heavy and then retest it and go to the upside. But I told you, if we dive under it, we are heavily bearish. And this is what happened. This was the first reason, not enough velocity and power in the upside movement and the books of our orders. The second was the RAND protocol, our favorite indicator, which was when Bitcoin started to pump heavily here on the news of the Bitcoin futures approval. RAND started dumping heavily, and that was the preliminary sign for me that a lot of orders are selling. So I followed that, and the main one was here. The global trend line that we built on the regular chart, and which looks like this, kind of like this here on the regular chart. On the logarithmic chart was precisely at our resistance point here. This was a great resistance point for me, and if you follow and look at my Twitter account or my videos analysis, you know how I work and how these trend lines work for me and how I operate with them. So definitely this was a sign for me that this is going to be our significant resistance point. Only if we could break it, reclaim it, retest it, successfully retest it, then it would become bullish for me. Then I would say, yes, we are going bullish. I would long or buy something else. I was holding DOT at the moment, but I bought it much lower. So this was the sign for me. Today I'm going to show you how am I assessing this chart, what I see at the moment here. So we had this one-time fake out here. Actually the 20,000, the historical 20,000 level break here was our fake out here on a 10-year macro chart within this macro channel. So what am I seeing here? Before I was all this 2020, 21, I was expecting and comparing this previous cycles descending phase with the current one. But now I decided to think that they are different, because if I look at the regular chart and on the daily and on the weekly, and I see that we are not going to have a fast bull run like we had in the previous years, like we had in 2020, event driven, and even market structural bottom here and in 2018. So basically, I don't know it, I simply assume it, but I have the reasons: the overall economic recession on the financial markets, and geopolitical crises and crypto crisis also. So I'm thinking that this is going to be, if we are coming to the regulation, to the point of regulation and mass adoption by the traditional markets and traditional political powers, we need to have a much longer accumulation period. This is logical, because if BlackRock is into crypto too, and these hedge funds and investment funds that have trillions of dollars in their possession, if they are considering to enter the crypto market, except for the CBDC market, and mainly Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other top assets, Chainlink maybe. So definitely these guys, they have to accumulate, and to accumulate on trillions dollars in total, they have to enter their own market makers. This is not going to be an easy ride that we had in 2019, 2020, 2021. We are not going to have those bullish markets like we had before, without any retracement. It will be closer to, it will be less volatile and closer to the stock market, I guess. This is my assumption. Maybe it is not going to be that bad, but if we are, and I think the big money are using this extremely recessional market to unload, they are going to load their money. They are going to do that heavily, and they require time and facilitating prices to accumulate. So definitely I decided that this cycle should be more convenient. Look at this accumulation zone, mainly this one, and then we continue reluctantly going until we start going this. And I showed you many times in the previous videos why it would be a wise idea here too. So let's add some lines here. What we see here, have this global macro channel. Also, let's add some dotted lines, and we will paint it in orange. What other less, also global but less important line we have here is, let's take this one, and we are holding this supporting line somewhere here or there, something like this. You see this one is changing, it is getting higher and higher. It is not that parallel like these two channels lines. So we are going to change it in the dashed line so we could see the difference here. This is our mid of this channel. I think it is clear to everybody. Then let's look at this one. What we have also similar with, we have a long-lasting descending phase here, like here too. Only this time here we had this top and redistribution, and this is the one that I expected in 2021 after we pumped from here. This is what we had this catch. We could draw the same one, the same situation here. We could stop dropping heavily from here, but we didn't, thanks to the news of the BTC futures approval and some market manipulations where a lot of people got into it, believed in it, and the big money is simply redistributed. So, and I described these two possible scenarios when we were here around $35,000 and before, and showed it on my Twitter. I didn't record the videos at that time. So what we have also here, something similar here, the point where we breaking this into this capitulation zone. What we have here it is. We're losing it. I don't know whether to make it a little bit. No, we won't. So, and the same thing we can draw here. Let me move it. And the same thing this week, and we are trying to go up, misleading the crowd. Let's build it. Yes, precisely. It's similar to this one, looks alike. And let's draw our accumulation zone here. And oh wait, let's wait for the, and also mention the worst scenario here. According to these final weeks that we have that are breaking our structure here, we should not forget about them too. And here it is. We will paint it in red as it is. Let's look at them. Yeah, looks kind of precise. Maybe a little adjusted. Yes, like this, as you can see it. And let's draw our accumulation zone here that we have it. Here it is, an accumulation zone. Not that big, but looks legit here. Maybe until there. Here's how our accumulation zone looks like, and we don't know where is going to be our accumulation zone here. So we can add a counter trend line, a global counter trend line here, and as you can see here, we are having that line precisely at the point where we started recovering. You can build it like this more precisely, ignoring this local redistribution point, and you will see that we were reversing right at a spot where we found support here. As you can see, mostly precisely here. Here's the one. We'll draw some of these arrows that showing that we had support here at the precise spots where we are touching this. Also, we have another one from this. We will mention it from this. I was supposed to paint it in orange, so it would be different. Yes, the orange line. And let's add some arrows also here where we started to dump here. The red one, another red one, and we have these precise lines. Let's draw another one here, the counter trend, the similar counter trend line here that we have. Here it is. So, and our supposed accumulation zone. It's over here. Going to look somewhere like that. I don't know it yet. And we are marking my level that I was talking about for many months in my videos that I'm expecting and going to unload heavily. I don't know. It's either, I don't know where the price is going to stop. I'm expecting the zone from 12,700 or maybe even like we see. I don't know whether we are getting this precise level that I marked, because a lot of people, you know that a lot of people are expecting the price somewhere there. So especially smart technical traders, I see that from them a lot, these levels. So maybe we won't get exactly to 12,300. Maybe we will stop around in the zone of 12,700, 13,500 or $14,000 maybe. But these are the levels if we go at least to this. You can see this week, the red week. If we go to 13,500, 14,000, I'm considering to start buying. And I don't know whether we are going to $10,000 or $9,000 or whatever. A lot of people are expecting it, and you know that the market maker always follows the narrative, what the masses are expecting, and a lot of people are talking about the $10,000, $11,000 or whatever, and they feel it, and the order books also feel it too. So that is why we had some bumps today. I don't know whether it is the sign of finding the bottom. I'm not sure about it. Even if we found this bottom, it is temporary, maybe midterm, and we will be back to the prices we were at. So I think it is not over yet, but that is my subjective thinking and opinion, because it is clear that in order books are lacking the longs. So if you look at the order books and the charts that represents longs versus shorts, there are mostly the shorts in those books, and of course we are going up to liquidate those shorts, even if the market maker wants to go lower and drive the price lower. They have to liquidate those massive shorts before. And this is surprisingly for me, because you know that I was shorting since the second half of the 2021 and the whole 2022, because I had my reasons and they were justified, as you can see. Short successfully, especially after some huge bumps on altcoins, event-driven bumps, and they were very successful, like KNC, Waves, Rune, what else, Mina, and others. So if you follow me on Twitter, you know that. So definitely what are we seeing here is that we may probably go for the retest of this green line. We don't know it yet, but we see that each time we get significant and maybe and more precise support here upon this orange line. As you can see, we are taking off from it, and here again, and we are close to it again here, and we are holding this line. So it is got to be important. So I assume that if we lose it, we go below $15,000, we will continue falling until 13,500 and 12,700, or maybe even lower. That would make sense, but I don't know whether we are getting there. But this comparison of this very similar descending phases of the cycle tell me that it is possible, but we don't know in which order yet. So definitely a lot of people, I expected us to stop somewhere, I don't know, somewhere around 18,500, and we get reversed. But actually we can go as high as 19,800, or maybe even higher, up to this resistance line. I think even if we get to this resistance line, this counter trend line, we will have the reversal, at least the temporary midterm one. I don't think we are going to pump heavily from there. It would be too soon for me, in my understanding here. And if you watch my other videos, you know that we have the monthly Kijun, and it says that we cannot pump very fast and very soon. We will have a lot of time left to trade sideways, chopping the market. So definitely I am looking into this zone, and if we get there, I am bidding heavily, even if something goes wrong and we go even lower to 9,000, the worst scenario that we discussed. I won't matter. Of course I am going to buy heavily here, but I will leave, as I always do, according to my strategy. I always have the spare cash on my account, and I will leave 20-25% for the worst cases if we get there. If we are not, then when I see some reversal and strong support here, I am going to add into my portfolio. Those prices will be good too. So, and as you can see, in the long run, that the price where we're going to buy here, like now, or here, they won't even matter much, because especially on altcoins, because we will have the run. This is what kind of run I'm expecting, but it is going to, we will have to wait for it to evolve. As you can see, like here, it is not going to be like that immediately. This is my opinion. So this is my primary scenario, and I am looking into, and you can use it for your convenience or ignore it. It is up to you, just sharing my points of view here. So good luck to you guys, stay safe and accumulate, because we are at that point that accumulation is allowed and is safe in the long run. So gradually start accumulating and wait for lower. As I say it many times during this past 2 months, hope for the better, but prepare for the worst, and you will survive, definitely. Good luck to you guys.